Oh no, folks! Oh no! Quinn Hughes! He might swerve hit the corner. Whoa, whoa! He tweaked something versus the Kraken on the weekend, and he will not play tonight. Yeah, had to get the Jello song in there, you know, it's been really popular the past few days. I might swerve in the corner. Whoa. Anyways, all tweaking aside, because that literally is what Elliotte Friedman tweeted out here, I wanted to go over some extra notes from Friedman in regards to the Vancouver Canucks and in regards to some of the trades that we may be seeing. Now, we didn't make a video about this particular thing yesterday because the tweet that was posted that had that information was posted at 6:45 p.m. yesterday, but either way, this is a conversation we can have because the Vancouver Canucks do have a game later tonight against the the Anaheim Ducks. I was thinking Ducks, Dallas, Anaheim. The Canucks are playing Anaheim today, and it looks like Quinn Hughes is not going to play, unfortunately. So, you know, I hate to say it because he's been so amazing this season. He's been better than he was last season, but I think in my heart of hearts, I'm starting to internalize that for Quinn Hughes, he is not going to win the Norris again this season. Not because he's not worth it, not because he's not talented enough to win it. I mean, if we head over to the NHL D-man point scoring race, he is still near the top. But because of the fact that Quinn has been absent for so long this season, it's difficult to fully feel confident in him winning the Norris this season. If anything, I think it's all about momentum. I think Zach Werenski has been having a Norris caliber year. I think he has a better shot at taking it than Quinn, maybe even than Cale Makar because of the narrative surrounding Makar and his inability to play well away from McKinnon. But Quinn Hughes, I think, if he keeps on missing time, which it's already been confirmed he's missing at least another game today, seems like he's not gonna have that trophy. But anyways, we have extra things to talk about. This show is brought to you by ExpressVPN. Go out there, check out the first link in the description to save some money on your VPN, get some free months, and support this YouTube channel all in the process. Let's talk about Adam Kierszenblat's tweet, the Kierszenblast? I'm not too sure. Adam Kierszenblat tweeted this yesterday. Sources have indicated that the Vancouver Canucks and Dallas Stars were working on a deal for Pius Suter. Dallas, at the time of this tweet's publication yesterday at 6:45, was playing New Jersey, so a trade might be finalized once that game is done. Now, a lot of people responded to this tweet. It had 300,000 views after all. Kierszenbaum, a second, Rick Dhaliwal, Suter for Heiskanen, right? The Stars are in win now mode and Heiskanen is finished, so they gotta sell him when his stock is still somewhat high, and Suter will carry them to the promised land. All sarcastic and snarky responses aside, Rick Dhaliwal was added for this Twitter thread, and he ended up saying this: I'm not hearing Suter trade to Dallas. So last night there was some conflict as to whether or not there was really a deal going down or a deal that was being worked on. This was then expanded upon even more by Elliotte Friedman earlier this morning. I have not heard that, but there is interest in Suter. Whether or not Dallas is, in particular, one of those teams that is in on Suter remains to be seen, but Friedman did give this update, so it does kind of go against what the Adam Kierszenblat initial report was. I'm not saying that Kierszenblat's wrong. I mean, he's a good guy, he's a good dude, but still, we're trying to get our information and trying to get our sources here all sorted out, just so we can see whether or not Pius Suter does get traded to a team like the Dallas Stars that already made a pretty big acquisition earlier on in the year. I mean, he's no Pius Suter, but Mikael Granlund was acquired by Dallas. In fact, I should say it the other way around. He's no Mikael Granlund because Granlund has been better than Suter this season. But ultimately, it seems like if the Dallas Stars do get involved in Pius Suter, they would be in a spot to improve their lineup a little bit more. They have been in that win-now mode for quite a while now, and the addition of Mikael Granlund earlier, whilst waiting for Tyler Seguin to come back from the IR, I'm pretty sure, it seems like a pretty reasonable bet for them to continue adding extra assets to their line combinations. Let's actually go out there and check it out here. Just go on to dailyfaceoff.com. Hints, number 1 center, J-Rob Stankoven up there. Mikael Granlund's on that second line as the Tyler Seguin replacement with Marchment and Matt Duchene. Jamie Benn has been pretty good. Wyatt Johnston is awesome. Evgeny Dadonov there too. I mean, if we scroll down, IR, Seguin, Heiskanen, and Lundqvist. Lots of guys that are interesting on this team that still need to come back. This D-core is pretty weak without that Miro Heiskanen. Thomas Harley has been fantastic, but everybody else, I mean, Leanne Bichelle, is he really a guy that's worthy of playing at a significant capacity? Cody Ceci has the reputation that he has. Ilya Lyubushkin is a top defenseman on this team. Esa Lindell's pretty good. Matt Dumba, he could be better, but he's all right. I actually do think this D-core is okay. It's not that bad, but it certainly is missing some Miro. So whether or not Pius Suter is a guy that ends up getting added to, let's say, the bottom 6 of the Dallas Stars remains to be seen. But for now, let's talk about some of the other trade updates that Elliotte Friedman did go out there and give on Donnie and Dolly. Friedman says this about the Vancouver Canucks: they are looking for a center they can keep with term. They are listening on their UFAs. When it comes to Brock Boeser, I mean, he says this: I don't have a great feel right now on how that one ends up, but they are listening to him. All options are open. Ian went out there and replied with a pretty good summary as to what the Brock Boeser trade talk could look like. Boeser definitely either signs, gets traded, or he walks. One of those 3 is going to come true, man. And at this point, it looks like it's 33.3% for all of them. I mean, it is not looking at any way definite what Brock Boeser is going to look like and what sweater he's going to wear by the time next season rolls around. He could leave in free agency and leave the Vancouver Canucks with nothing, and I'm starting to get a lot more worried about that because I think we had talked about this yesterday, but because of all the uncertainty, because of there being no real actual path towards any sort of a trade, like for Miller, we knew he was going to get traded. We knew for months he would get traded. For Boeser, the fact is, I felt that he was going to get traded for quite a while. And that was sort of where the tea leaves were falling for the past few weeks, I would say. But then all of a sudden, with all the talk about Vancouver wanting to make the playoffs and having their quote-unquote own rental situation with Brock Boeser, Nick Kiprio saying that, hey, the playoffs are very important to this ownership. I think Halford and Bruff had a similar segment on their show yesterday. With all of this floating around in the background, it's becoming a lot more difficult to fully say, yeah, Brock's going to get traded. They might as well just keep him and decide to lose him out for nothing if they're not able to get that contract signed. I mean, what was the word that we had seen yesterday too? That the contract offer the Canucks had, $8 million a year, 5 years long, it's off the table. They're not giving it to him anymore. I mean, they had the chance to sign him and he had the chance to accept it, but then he said no, and now it's not on the table any longer. I mean, this entire Boeser situation is getting really, really difficult with the Vancouver Canucks, and whether or not they actually do keep him or not remains to be seen. But for now, let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Firstly, about Quinn Hughes going all jello and tweaking something, swerving on that corner. Anyways, he's not playing against the Ducks. Super unfortunate for the Canucks, and we know how the Ducks defeated the Canucks a few days ago. Just a terrible choking loss from the Vancouver side of things. No Quinn Hughes tonight, so I don't know, like, what's going to happen today? How are the Canucks going to lose this one? Hopefully Pettersson goes out there and backs up his word yesterday in the media and actually scores a whole bunch of points and takes shots, but I'm not going to bet on it until I see it. Canucks, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about Quinn Hughes, about Pius Suter and the Dallas trade rumors, as well as Elliotte Friedman talking about the Boeser stuff. I hope you enjoyed this video, and bye.